Dudes, Tunes,
and Brews.
and Brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drinking some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're dudes.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes.
Listening to tunes.
And drinking some brews.
And drinking some brews.
That was like the main song. Like that's why that song became famous.
Well, hello and welcome. This is Dudes, Tunes, and Brews.
If you just checking in, it's big news right now. We're talking about the Rugrats soundtrack.
Yeah, featuring the Baja Men.
And we've learned a quick history lesson on who let the dogs out means. Can you tell us, Collin?
Yeah, so it's the dogs just so happen to be ugly girls in the club.
Wow. What?
Talk about revelations.
Oh, Revelations 10.
Watch
8.
this one before it gets deleted, folks.
Yes.
We're just like, opening up all
The Baja Men conspiracy.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We never knew there was one. There is one. It is now.
I didn't know it was going to come out like this, though.
I didn't think it would break this way either.
That'd be
It's
a
just a big old can of
little,
worms, man.
Man, you heard it here first, folks.
a bit more scandalous than I expected.
Scandalous.
Yes.
Well, welcome to Dudes, Tunes, and Brews.
Yes, welcome. We're here in episode 8.
Episode 8.
ATE.
Ooh, ATE. That'll be the name of the episode.
Episode 8.
Right on.
Episode
7,
8.
8, 9.
But I wonder if it was even delicious.
You don't find out. It's a
doesn't
rather
tell you.
open-ended joke.
Yeah, I joke nothing. That to me is a tragedy.
Tragedy.
Why? Who does 7 think it is? They just go eat 9 like that.
I mean, wasn't there a chick named Six in Blossom?
Now this is getting whoa.
Hey, I actually know a guy named Six.
A dude named Six?
Yeah, no kidding.
There's a guy at the Kroger on Emerson and County Line who looks like Nicky Six.
What? How's Nicky Six doing these days?
I guess he's got his own show going on, and
Is it still happening?
I guess.
Yeah, the Sixth Sense.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was a big deal on the radio. What about Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper's still touring and stuff. Like, he just played a show with Ace Frehley in Australia a couple months ago.
What?
Yeah.
Together, like a team up?
Ace Frehley was touring Australia, and Alice Cooper played with him. And I was like, oh, that'd be a cool show. Then I saw Alice Cooper with Deep Purple the last time they came through. And Alice Cooper, as I've mentioned to you, is his set is one set too long.
Oh no!
Really?
Dude, it's just monotonous.
Yeah, and
Just it's just the hits too,
Oh, come on now.
Oh man.
Well,
But you know the cool thing about Alice Cooper is that his band, he picks the best players. Like he's got you can ask anyone in the music business. Like I've read about this, I've watched a couple documentaries, and they always say if you're looking for the best, find someone that's played with Alice Cooper.
all right, that's great. Or you can just get what's his nuts on the drums. He's a guy who played for. Too late.
Oh man, time's up.
Johnny Cougar Mellencamp's.
Kenny Aronoff.
Yeah, Aronoff. That guy is
Johnny
so eclectic.
Oh yeah,
Is that the
he's
word I
awesome.
use? Eclectic with his drumming.
Eclectic.
It's a really gets in there.
It does.
Okay.
It gets in the teeth.
What I was wondering about Alice Cooper was his talk show deal, though. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
His radio program.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty good on the radio. I liked him.
Yeah, they
I
played
don't think I
him.
ever listened to a show.
He's on Q95.
Yeah,
for,
like late in the evenings, I think.
See, now that's what Sixth Sense is.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
Nikki, once Nikki came on, and it was it phased out Alice. So I don't know if he was. The
Oh, I
replacement.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right, guys. So we're back in Studio A.
Studio A.
Studio A.
Yeah.
And we mentioned that Collin Banks is here tonight.
Collin Banks-not-Hanks.
Not Hanks.
And we have to make sure people know that because he gets a lot of fan mail for Collin Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. Please send all mail to Banks, not Hanks.
That's actually a hashtag, right? That's what you've been using? Banks-not-Hanks?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, how you heard
We're
it
going
here.
viral.
Hashtag Banks-not-Hanks. And first person to prove that they've used it. How do you prove that? How do you prove you've hashtagged? You just click on it and it takes you to the place. Right?
Yeah.
It's like a portal to a specific spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Hashtags got like really deep all of a sudden.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
Well, the other thing that's pretty awesome about this tonight is a brand new microphone.
Brand new microphone we're giving a shot.
And we are experimenting, as we would say, experimenting with these said microphone. And so far, so good. It's looking good on the microphone. Yeah, can't complain. So thanks for the donations. No one's actually sent us any donations, but just thanks for the idea.
The thoughts.
The thoughts.
The thoughts and prayers have actually...
No, not even the prayers, just the thoughts.
Just the thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, I can accept that. The thoughts alone.
The thought of you not praying.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, or not, whatever. Do what you want.
Yeah.
You will anyways.
It's a free country. Well, free enough.
Free enough. Yeah, I think my debt can tell you otherwise.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my.
Free enough. Let's not get into that. Oh, come on.
Also on Studio 8, Episode 8 and Studio A, there's all going on. We've been playing a little bit more with these editing effects, which get used to that, because that's happened. So,
That is happening.
welcome to the world of sound and professionalism.
See? We have explosions, people. We have explosions now.
It is absolute insanity.
So you're back in Studio A. What have you brought for us this evening?
So I have brought for all of us.
Where'd it go? John?
I got a Rush album down here. It is Grace Under Pressure. Came out in 1984.
84.
It is a fantastic album, and I actually have a lyric from one of the songs tattooed on my arm.
Let me just open this case here. Ooh, yeah.
And this is actually, my mom actually bought this in 1984, so this is original. Pretty awesome. I mean, I'm a huge Rush fan. Obviously, I mean, I have a couple Rush tattoos. You know, I've seen them 5 times. I'm a drummer, so Neil Peart's like my man. You know, like, I don't know. I'm just a huge Rush fanboy, and if you don't like it,
Then you can get out.
that's right. You can just walk right out the door.
What you gonna do in country?
Yeah, you can get out.
It's kind of funny how Rush is one of those bands that they're Canadian,
Yeah.
but they're like a wholesome American band. You know, like people, we love them. You know, it's like you don't ever feel like they never feel like they're a foreign band. They feel like they're part of the rock and roll.
Well, everyone's
scene.
always known Rush as Canadian. It's like been
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah, they're Canadian power trio.
Yeah.
But Canadians like are lucky.
And I think they got big because many Americans are like, Canadian, huh? That sounds exotic.
exotic. Yeah. Do you speak French? Like,
You know, I bet they do.
I think it's kind of half and half. Is that how Canada works? You
Uh,
got the people, half the people
Quebec.
do, and the other,
Quebec.
yeah.
Quebec
Quebec.
and Montreal. That's
Montreal.
like French Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think the rest of it
Yeah,
is
it's pretty
just...
much French and English.
I wonder if the ones that speak English even bother with the French.
Can you say Eskimo these days?
I don't know, but
I don't think Eskimos are in Canada. I kind of consider Eskimos like Alaska.
Well, no. Like you go up north, the
We're just
snowy
talking
parts.
PC
the
term.
Inuit. The Inuit. Are we talking-
Inuit, yeah.
Inuit, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like saying Native American?
I don't know yet.
Is it comparable?
We have to start a hashtag for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hashtag Inuit or
Hashtag
not.
Eskimo.
Yeah.
Well,
Eskimo.
Let's start hashtagging Eskimo and see how many people get pissed off. Gauge it by people getting pissed off.
I honestly don't have a lot of Eskimo or Inuit friends,
I don't either.
and but I know they're out there.
They gotta be out there.
Yeah,
How else would we know about them?
and
if they
they're
weren't?
eating narwhal fat, and that's fine. That seems mystical.
Or seal.
Seals. They're eating fat from Seal, the singer. Kiss from
I was
Rose
just
Down.
there was something Kiss from Rose in my head just then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You see the commercial where he got eaten by a shark?
What?
He's like singing to this crowd of girls and people, and they're all like, "Yeah." He's on this dock. He's getting real into it, and he's going right to the chorus, and then just out of nowhere, like in Deep Blue Sea,
Okay.
a damn shark comes up and grabs him and eats him. It's a Shark Week.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, this is one of the greatest commercials I've ever
Oh,
seen.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, right in the middle of it.
You know what?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Like a kiss from a rose.
So anyways,
That's what she
this
said.
evening we have, what album was it? Rush?
Grace Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
From 1984.
Not to be confused with
Grace Under Fire.
Thank you. You truly are my best friend.
That's the first thing I thought when he said he was going to bring that.
Wow. That actually completed me.
Didn't it? Was that the one with Dave Thomas? Not the Wendy's guy, Dave Thomas. But
Yes, I think it was. It was the guy. It was the.
SCTV.
That's him.
Yeah, Bob and Doug MacKenzie.
I have never seen Canadian Bacon. That's the film, right? Isn't that theirs? Or is that the Michael Moore movie?
Oh no. Oh. Bob and Doug MacKenzie? They were the Great White North.
Yeah, were they not in a movie though?
They were.
What was it called? It was called.
Oh, Strange Brew.
Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Geddy Lee wrote the song for that movie, and it won them an award.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here we
And
go.
it was,
Full
and it was
circle.
actually the only like #1 song that like a member of Rush ever had. Yeah, because I don't think any other songs went to #1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, so
There was a record they did. Are you familiar with the record when Geddy's on the actual record?
Yeah.
Yeah. That Takeoff song, is that what you're talking about?
I think it's the Strange Brew song.
I can't remember exactly what. But he does the song on their record called Take Off. And it's a take off to the Great White North, take off.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we got the power of the internet at our disposal.
actually we don't.
Disposal.
At our disposal.
Yeah,
Chick.
Disposal.
I've chosen to only
Ladies
use
and
the knowledge I can obtain from the Britannica. I feel like I should live my life the way that I did when I was 12 years old, and I've got 3 encyclopedias so far, so it's expansive knowledge from C to CH.
Yeah. If only your last name was Brown, I'd call you Encyclopedia Brown.
You still can call
I'd
me
call
that,
you
though.
Murphy Brown.
Oh, you would.
I would.
I appreciate that, actually.
Brown.
Murphy Brown, hot or not?
Candice Bergen. Candice Bergen now or 1974?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen her in '74. Can I get a picture of that?
We can look it up.
Yeah, actually, you do the math on that one because I don't even know how to begin to spell that. Just
Candice Bergen?
The Bergen part throws me off. It's just B-U-R or is it B-E-R?
B-E-R.
I don't know. I do
It's
this.
B-E-R.
Candice Bergen, 1974.
1974 is a very specific year. How do you know that year?
There's a scene, what is it, Billy Madison, where he says Jack Nicholson now or Jack Nicholson 1974.
Oh, so it
I was quoting something.
got it. Okay, because I was like, man, how old was she in '74? I really don't know an age reference now enough to really go back in time enough.
I have no idea.
But-
She's probably old as hell now.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I think they're doing something.
Candice Bergen was in a movie in 1974 called 11 Harrow House or Harrow House.
So she's old enough. She was old enough to star in a film.
Yeah.
She's old enough to be.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be any certain age.
She's old enough to be credited.
Yeah.
What's like Brooke Shields? Didn't she started when she was like 4, like pretty young? She was
What?
like a child actor.
Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah.
Back in the, I think, 70s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She won I'm pretty sure she won an Oscar. And she
Oh,
was the
yeah,
youngest person
okay.
to win an Oscar.
Murphy Brown now for sure.
I just showed Josh the picture for those who might or may not be, who probably aren't listening.
Oh yeah, I love it. Welcome back to Studio A.
Right, Studio A. Josh is holding a rat, but you need to put the music on.
Music is going to begin,
And we need to get some beers.
And grab a beer. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a minute. And let's just see what's going on this week in news. I don't know.
Dudes, tunes, and brews news.
Dudes, Tunes, and Brews news. Alright. Starting the album.
Well, Snarls the rat is our in-house rat for the studio, and she was a little frisky. Poor gal just had some pups. You can call them pups. I read.
Dozen pups.
And it's a mischief of rice. Rice. A mischief of rice. A mischief of rats is a group of rats. So that's our fun fact for the week.
Fun facts brought to you by Snapple Lids.
Snapple lids. They're not clogs, but they're good enough.
Good enough now or 94?
I think probably if you got some of them Snapple lids from '94, they're probably got that little weird rust spot in
I
them.
tell you, if back in '94 you're trying to come up with some pog game with a bunch of Snapple lids, you're gonna get laughed at.
Or you're gonna own that part.
You probably won't even let you play them.
Hey, get out of here, Snapple. That's what they would call you.
Right? Until you finally moved away from college, they call me Snapple since I was 8 years old. This is not happening no more.
And you know what happened to that guy? He created Napster.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What do we got here? What do we got on the menu tonight?
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater Extra Pale Ale 420.
Ooh, I love the picture on it. It's
Rainbow trout in the front there.
It looks.
Yeah. It said on the container here, the carrier, it says dry hopped with a fat stash of Cascade hops. So, I figured it sounded pretty good. Might as well try it out. My roommate's had it a couple times, and I mean, he said he likes the Sweetwater beers. So
Cool.
Have you ever been to Sweetwater, Indiana? Or is it a lake? There's a lake, Sweetwater. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, my grandparents owned property there when I was real little. We used to go fishing there.
They got a lot of boats.
that's
and
towards
stuff.
Edinburgh, isn't it?
Something like that. I can't really remember. It was when I was pretty little. I just remember the day I was there, we were fishing, and no one caught anything but me. I caught a little 4-inch little bass, little bluegill. Yeah, everyone was all shitty.
Well, tonight, let's drink to Sweetwater. One of the best lakes around.
Where's my beer? Here it is, my big light. You guys ready?
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. All right. So I'm talking about.
Help me, Snarls.
Frohen's still fighting to open
Got
the door.
it! Ooh, I did it. That was I felt like I did it one-handed.
But you didn't.
Wow. Straight out the bottle. We're going straight bottles tonight. I had only frosted 2 mugs, so I guess we didn't want to fight over the third one.
Boy, that's got a bite to it.
Yeah, it does.
That's good.
That's very flavorful. Oh man, it's robust.
It's got a sparkle to it, but it's not too spritzy.
Yeah.
And it's got a good body to it, almost like a solid root beer.
It is. I would give it the texture of like a root beer almost.
It really holds its flavor in. It doesn't really give you a kiss at the end, which I kind of like it. It holds it. It's very contained. It's got a little bite to it, but it's not too bitter, not too sour. I'm enjoying this.
It's very good. So,
Aftertaste is a little sharp. It's
yeah.
not bad.
Have we read the back of the bottle yet?
I saw it's 5.7% alcohol.
Yeah. So that's a little over Budweiser.
This is brewed in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
Love the 420 highway sign. It's very neat.
Yeah.
It's a tasty West Coast style pale, accentuated by a stimulating hop character. I definitely say that's a pretty good description of it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's first conceived in our bat cave on 420. This kind beer keeps the wheels on the bus going round and round. Drink them if you got them.
Well, if I had these beers, I would drink them.
Absolutely.
Now I wonder about the bat cave.
Me too. Are they saying, is that like a place on like Interstate 420? Or are they just talking like the place where they go, it's more Wayne?
Right, exactly, because they're obviously making their love for the marijuana obvious.
Oh no,
420 on
there's
the label.
actually a beer. The next time I'm on here, I'm gonna try to find it. So it's called the Emperor.
The Emperor.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's by New Belgium. So my roommate got it here recently, and it's an HPA, and it has some hemp in it.
A Harley Page ale? Dude,
Dude, do you have like a thing on there? That'd be awesome. No.
Wrong one.
But yeah, so it's called the Emperor. I think it's New Belgium. Man, that thing, it's like brewed in Colorado. It tastes like it comes from Colorado.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it tastes like the Silver Bullet, right?
Oh yeah.
Coors Light.
Yeah. It tastes like Bob Seger's band.
All right, Bob Seger.
Don't like Bob Seger in the morning. I'll tell you that much. That's right. Bob Seger.
Wake up and drink me a cold Bob Seger before I go to work.
I drink me a Coors Light, listen me to Bob Seger, and I am like a rock.
Every time I listen to Bob Seger, I get like a rock.
And I am strong like bull.
That's right.
Which is a good thing when you go to work. They like when you're strong and motivated.
That's right.
So this Rush album, it just comes right in.
This is the second track already.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just boom. It's only 8 tracks, I think, is what it popped up on the CD player.
What was the overall playtime on it? Where's the case?
I'd say
Fun fact.
About 40 minutes.
Fun fact. Neil Peart wrote this song about a friend that passed away. It's like in memory.
I'll tell you, the rats really seem to enjoy it. I've got Snarls on my shoulder, and she's been kind of nibbling on my ear a little bit, happily, and been nodding her head back and forth. So I think she's a big Geddy Lee fan.
I think so.
So that's good. It's good. I'll keep her. You know, my daughter the other day she kind of turned her nose up at a Rush song, and I just about stopped the car and told her, you know, you can walk the rest of the way home. But then that bass solo kicked in, and she became my daughter again.
Yeah, I find children are more stimulated by bass.
They're very bass oriented these days.
Not really. Most kids don't know this. Colin knows this for a fact.
No,
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Because Harley's son.
The boy is
Awesome.
freaking. He even hears Colin's name. He freaks out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Colin, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna hit that cymbal. Has
Yeah.
he been hitting the cymbal?
Dude.
Oh yeah, man. He gets on the drums and he just tears them up. Not literally, but like, you know, he gets on there and he shreds a little bit.
Yeah. We asked him the other day what his favorite band was, and he said Colin.
Colin's his favorite band.
He said, I think it's Colin and Steely Dan.
Okay, yeah, those I can see the kind of.
Speaking of Steely Dan, I saw you went to that concert. How was that?
That was a lot of fun. I think they did pretty well.
See,
You can definitely feel the absence of the other singer.
Walter Becker.
Yeah, and they replaced him actually with an ensemble of singers.
Oh really?
And there was this one lady that actually came out and did some of his parts. That was kind of a neat way to approach it, but it just seemed kind of. I mean, no offense to Steely Dan, what they're doing is great, but musicianship-wise,
Oh yeah.
note for note, it was immaculate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to a T.
I was gonna say Donald Fagen won't settle for less.
It was perfection. So, and that was awesome. But comparing it to last year, this is my second Doobie Brothers show. Doobie Brothers are cool about like grabbing a band and like, hey, you guys can headline. We'll start it out. And I'm like, dude, Doobie Brothers rule because of that. So last year they had Chicago close the night up for them. And Chicago like blew me out, like blew my mind. And then they're one of those bands. I don't know why I missed them this year because I keep talking Chicago show up, but I didn't take the time to go to them. I went to Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, they were with Ario this year.
Yeah,
Chicago.
have you guys seen Ario live?
Yeah, I saw him last year at Def Leppard.
Brandy's seen him.
Yeah.
Brandy's seen him.
She's seen them. So what'd she say?
Brandy loves REO. Like, it's one of those bands that she likes. It's one of those bands that I've kind of been irritated by.
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
mean, heard it from a friend who. Come on.
Yeah, but it's.
But listen to the early stuff though.
The early stuff, like all bands, the early stuff's great. Then they hit that point where they're going too commercial, and it's just like,
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
Formulaic.
Like early Santana sounded good. And then, like,
Hey, now,
Yeah.
what do you mean early Santana? You mean my 1999 Smooth
No.
with Santana and Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas.
Micheal Branch.
That was one of those songs that's like, Michelle Branch, what was it? Oh man, I forget. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Was that Michelle Branch?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's in
The
that
game
country.
of love, isn't it?
Yeah. So been a game of love.
Something like that.
I'll be the game. Why do I know that so well? I've been at Denny's recently. That's what happened. Yeah, reminiscing to the show branch. I'm like, damn, man, this guitar solo's rocking. This is this is Murphy Brown Current. A little fun fact: she has blonde hair and brown eyes. And why I know that is I was at a Goodwill once and I was checking out the furniture. And there's this old man, real old man, and he's sitting on one of these chairs.
And he looked like Candice Bergen.
He looked at me and he says, "You know, I like a blonde with big brown eyes, like that Murphy Brown. She was sexy."
Did this really happen?
This really happened. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, I never thought of her as being sexy at all. She was always just Murphy Brown to me. It was that show that was on late at night.
It's true.
Or randomly in the afternoon. And then I just remember nothing about the show, really. She had a painter that would never left her house. He was never done painting the living room. That's about it. And then she worked in an office. And I remember the Kramer episode. But other than that, that's it.
I mean, Murphy Brown was on for 10 years.
10 years.
88 to 98.
Jeez, dude. What was The Office? What did she work? What was she?
I think it was like a Mary Tyler Moore type thing. I think she was a newscaster or a reporter. Let's go to the map.
Go to the map, will you? I want to know more about Murphy Brown, if you will.
Murphy Brown is the star reporter of FYI, a news magazine series.
FYI, I remember that now.
Murphy is sarcastic, ambitious, often self-involved and bossy. She is also dedicated to
What you know was
dedicated and ethical. She and her co-workers, including Frank and Corky, are often at one another's throats. Blah, 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 and it went off in 98.
98.
98.
Television was in a good place in 98. South Park was in its prime.
It's about when I quit buying cable, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is when you cut off cable?
Probably.
In 98?
I haven't had cable in a long time.
I think 04 was about the time I stepped outside the cable room.
I was, in 98, I was in preschool.
Preschool in 98.
Wow.
Man, 98, I was already, 13.
That's crazy.
yeah. Which, you know, was like the quintessential years of my youth is like 98 to like 2004.
Yeah, pretty much. How old was I in 98?
You're the same age as me, but like 6 months younger or something.
12.
Yeah.
My years and like milestones like blur together. Like
School kind of throws things off too, because the way the school calendar works, you go back to school in August. Now my kids go back in July, but from that point on to like May is like a year. It's kind of like the fiscal calendar versus the annual calendar, the actual calendar. It throws you off. You're like, oh, fiscal is October to October, so that year is just shifted enough. My birthday is in June, so it's halfway in the year. So I got to think of the first half as being one age and the other half being another. So sometimes figuring out the math is confusing because it'll be something that happened that March of that year. I'll be like, oh, I was like 28. And I'm like, oh, but I turned 29 that year. But then I'm like, no, but I hadn't reached that milestone yet.
yeah, I don't remember. But well, when I was 13, I was doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget how old I am. Like, who cares?
Well, that's a whole other
thing.
thing too. Yeah, we're old men.
Right?
Old men, but in 2018, not really.
Yeah.
Like 33 today versus 33
I probably got
100
about-
years ago.
My dad
I'll
probably
be-
got like 20 more years left in it.
You think so? 20 years? I think 65 to 75 is a good range of like. I think that the idea of living past 125 seems crazy, and that's something that's popped up recently in a few articles I've read that say that the way our cells replicate and copy themselves out, that they can only do it so many times before they just lose it. You know, kind of like a multiplicity.
The Micheal Keaton movie?
After so many copies, it just becomes like not so smart anymore. You know, it gets dumber and dumber
Get
and dumber.
diluted the more.
Yeah. So same with our cell growth. So once you get past, our cells are only made to basically get to 120, 125, and then that's it. They don't. There's no more information to be processed. It's already copied it too many times. So you basically have to like renew it out the entire thing. I mean, it's like using a 1984 computer on today's networks. It just doesn't know how to process that information.
True.
Which I've always wanted to get online, on the internet, with like an old like green screen computer. Just see what it looks like, graphics look like on there. If you could somehow go on like a Google page, you know, what's Google look like on an old Apple?
Just go buy one of them old VHS camcorders. You know what I'm saying? Let's go check that.
That'd be awesome.
I've always wanted to do that, but I can't even find one super cheap.
Super 8 would be really cool too. I like projecting things, but I want to go like old school projecting things where you like had to actually work for it. You know, you had to really play with some film, and you can mess up a lot. There's a lot of problems that come with screening with the projector back then.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Race Under Pressure, Rush's 1984 effort.
What? So Rush started in the 70s, correct?
Yep, 74 was their first like breakthrough album.
Well,
They officially started in 68.
what was their first album?
It was just called Rush.
So they're self-titled.
Yep.
And then when did they do? Was it Chutes and Ladders? Was that the name?
Snakes and Arrows.
Snakes and Arrows.
Snakes and Arrows in 2007.
Are there snakes and arrows on a Chutes and Ladders board?
No,
No.
it's just Chutes and Ladders.
I just visualized like the picture of like some snakes and some. I'm gonna.
That's one game I've never really played.
It's pretty straightforward, except well, if you land on a chute,
You have to go down.
slide to a like. It's
As you
basically
hit a
warp
ladder,
zone.
you can climb.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun if you're 7. So your kid would love it.
It's kind of like Candyland, but like,
Oh.
you know, you
It's
can
actually
kinda
yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much right in sync with Candyland.
I was always more into not finishing games of Monopoly.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Same.
that's my favorite. And then just like shoving it off the table.
I've just never really known how to play. Because like whenever I used to play, like I was like 8 or 9 years old, and it was just like, oh hey,
Pull
like
them off the fry box.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
yeah, it was like, oh yeah, like here's some money.
Everybody
Like,
gets Park Place. I need freaking Broadway, dog.
Boardwalk.
Or is it Boardwalk?
I know, right?
Boardwalk and Park Place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Broadway. I need to get my.
So you never learned how to play Monopoly?
What the thing is you got to get those 2 blues, those last 2 properties, with hotels on them.
Okay.
And then you win the game.
You either buy everything you land on as quick as you can, like, you know, just buy shit. Then you can, like, do other things. So you might not just need Boardwalk and Park Place. If you can get, like, 3 other sets and, like, build them damn things up.
Do you think that's basically what J.D. Rockefeller was doing? He's the one that like rose up from the streets and bought like every company
I
ever.
guess so.
So it's just like he was buying up these small little companies and then just like hustling it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I don't know. Just to me, that's so cool to be able to take nothing,
Yeah.
turn it into something, get a little gold off of it, and then go and get something even bigger. It's kind of like playing a video game. J.D. Rockefeller was like the original like.
Gamer.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah.
well, think about like you know, the Wolf of Wall Street stuff, the Jordan Belfort. Like he
I've never
would
seen that.
sell just like meaningless stocks, and he would like hype them up really big, like, oh yeah, these are gonna like be huge. These are gonna be huge. And these people would just give him money, and then they would call him back and be like, oh, like this account, you know, like it's shut down, and they would take the money because it was non-refundable, you know.
See,
like you're dumping your money into it like it's a stock, but it's just like something they made up, and then it just.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
You're pumping your money to an idea, and I'm an idea man.
Yeah.
So I can.
It's a scheme.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But you hope that you can create a scheme that'll work.
Mhm.
Like Sam Kroc, is that his name? The guy that did McDonald's.
Oh.
Roy Kroc.
Yeah.
He just bought up this burger chain and then just like exploited it.
Yeah.
But it worked. And then boom, rich.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's is like running rampant today. You know, it's fine.
all around the world.
I guess there's a movie on Netflix I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, Micheal Keaton. Yeah.
Another Micheal Keaton reference. I said multiplicity, which I have never seen.
Really?
I've never heard of
I
it.
referenced that movie because I know enough about it.
What about the original Batman? What? Another Micheal Keaton reference.
Oh no, you didn't! One of the most unsung comedic actors of all time.
Yeah, I get that.
Like Beetlejuice alone, dude. And it's that like is amazing because it's like you don't think of Micheal Keaton. You see Micheal Keaton today, you probably think of him as a pretty straight-laced dude, right? When you see him on like just regular like interviews or like newer films of Micheal Keaton.
Well, I mean, newer films of Micheal Keaton. Yeah, he doesn't really play the comedic actor.
He's pretty
that much
downplays it.
anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, but then you see him in Beetlejuice and he's so like over the top. You
Well,
know,
his entire '80s career was just comedies, and like I mean, there was one movie where like he was like a single dad, and like
Mr. Mom?
Mr. Mom.
is that it? Yeah. That's
Which I have
comedy.
never seen completely.
Really? He makes a grilled cheese with an iron.
I remember he had a beard in that, and I was like, wow, Micheal Keaton has a mean beard. I have beard envy sometimes, and I think but you don't ever see him with a beard. It's crazy to me when a grown man can grow like a masterful beard and then he'll do it.
Right?
At least he doesn't do it in the limelight. He probably does when he's on the off season. Just doing whatever Micheal Keaton wants to do, which is anything.
Right? What is Micheal Keaton worth? Like, I bet he's worth like at least $40.
At least $40, and that's probably what his life is about. He's like, as long as I'm worth $40, I'm winning.
I carry $40 a day. That's it.
That's it.
Imagine
My
imagine
mentality.
if you woke up and had $40 in your pocket every day.
And that's funny you say that though. My mentality is if I'm the smallest amount of funding I would like to make daily is $125, and that ain't much. That's just saying that the least amount of funding period for my self-worth to get by is about $125. And
$125 a day.
$125 a day. 5 days a week though. I'm not talking 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you have two. So it's like what? 650? What's the math on that?
What?
125 times 5. Yeah, it's about 650. 650 a week, I think is, enough to survive. That's nothing crazy. It's a pretty reasonable amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
So that's in my head. So anytime I don't go to work or I don't do something to like be productive, because I luckily have a job to where if I call in, if I have enough hours, I can use them and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, sick time.
Yeah. Where in the past I never had that. It's like a crappy fast food job or stuff like that. They don't have that opportunity. So that's one of them. That's one of those things too. You call into work, you're legitimately sick. Why would you not go to work though? You just lost out on $75 or $125 in a day.
Right.
You can't afford to be sick that day. That's tough, man. I live that life too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so gracious of having sick time or any sort of cushion for when I do need days off, because I can't lose that that funding. $125.
Yeah.
Cheap. How could you go make that kind of money on like some sort of like simple tasks? I remember when I was a kid, I was thinking, all right, mow a yard for about $15 to $20 a hit. $15 to $20 a hit. So you've got your minimum for the day. That's 10 yards. Well, no, that'd be $250 if you do $25. So do 5 yards at $25 a piece. Boom, you make your quota for the day.
Yeah.
That's legit, dude. 5 yards in a day. So worst case, you can always go back to doing like some 16, 17-year-old tasks.
Yeah.
And get through your life.
I guess so.
Yeah. You ever done that? You ever run your own little small business? Like,
I mowed yards for a time when I was a kid. I put the push mower out in the neighborhood.
made pretty good scrap?
I had a few every week, just about one.
Yeah? You ever do a lemonade stand?
No.
Me neither.
No, because I want a girl.
10 cents a glass, dude. That's not even.
I ain't no money. That's bullshit. Man.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
kind of, that's fake.
You
Profit.
want some lemonade? Here's a tablespoon.
Right. Yeah.
10 cents.
Yeah.
You're not even covering the sugar cost.
This ain't worth sitting in the sun.
Yeah, like, give me $1.50. Like, it's even this out.
Yeah, man, you go get cheese on a sandwich, it's like 40 cents.
Yeah.
You can skip the cheese too.
But
Bernie.
depends on where you're at. Because, I mean, a lot of places charge you $1 for
That's
a slice
insane.
of cheese.
Well, you know what? I will pay that convenience fee because I need cheese on my
You
sandwich.
damn right. You damn
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Are there-
There's no way you can eat a sandwich, like, without cheese.
What?
I mean, you can, but it's like, damn, like I'm missing something.
What sandwich can you be sans cheese be content?
I could be fine with like grilled cheese, sans cheese.
So just
Just-
toast.
So,
Yeah. Just toasted bread, you know?
Okay, so okay. Sure.
Just soaked
you
in
can have a
butter.
grilled cheese without cheese, Josh.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
want you to live a little.
A grilled sans,
Yeah.
a grilled sans cheese.
Can I get a grilled cheese? Hold the cheese. Tell the waitress that. They'll be like, what?
Yeah, that'd be
So
great.
you just want some butter toast?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, really? I mean,
But no, I just wanted grilled cheese without cheese.
I want it to be buttered on both sides and cooked on a skillet.
Yeah, like
Or on the flat grill.
what's more to ask?
Right?
Right.
That's all I want.
So we down for beers numbers 2s here?
Let's
Here's
do it.
numbers 2s. I'm going to put my friend on my shoulder here, and I actually am going to put her in there with her babies.
Yeah, Josh's rat had babies.
Unexpectedly.
Rat babies.
All
Anybody
right.
want to write us here? Dudes, Tunes, and Brews at gmail.com.
And you could also donate or harass or whatever's clever. That's
right.
as well. Join the mailing list. We'll send coupons and other fun sweepstakes events. All right.
Oh,
And crack those beers.
Let's do it.
ooh, that was a
All
good
right.
Oh, I think you squirted.
alcohol abuse.
I didn't even know you could do that.
That's terrible.
Oh, no, it can be great. And it's a normal thing to happen if you just allow your body to. This is
Yeah.
a delicious beer, dude. I really like it. It's definitely one of my favorites. So, have you ever had a beer mosa?
I have not, but I've heard you talk about it.
I tried one a couple weeks ago. It was
Yeah,
pretty damn
Is
good.
it tasty?
It's tell them again. How?
Oh, damn.
What?
It got stuck in my mustache in a way that I thought was very nice.
And
Yeah.
he was pretty. I mean, he looked good.
Flavor
tonight, but
saver?
He was sharp. That
What?
Flavor saver?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's a surprise. That's the thing. That's the thing about a beer mosa that really gives you the love. What do we have here?
I think it shows how they brew it, and there's more on the other side.
Is it like a do-it-yourself?
Look on the other side too, Josh.
Well, it's got a whole method on here. This is the most detailed, case deal here that I've ever seen in my life. Fermentation lasts up to 21 days. Yeast breaks down the natural sugars, converting them to alcohol. Now, when I do wine, it's usually only like 3 to 5 days. So champagne yeast versus beer yeast must be two different
Yeah.
things to deal
When
with.
I use yeast, I usually put flour with it and take the bread that I let it eat.
Well, next time you do that, if you don't call me, we're not best friends anymore because I want a good yeast roll. And the only place that I can really get one on the fly is Jimmy John's. And I gotta put turkey in it.
Harley, I honestly thought you were going to talk about monostat there for a second.
Monostat.
Whoa, now that's something that you don't know about either, Colin. When we were kids, there was Monostat, what, 7?
7.
Monostat 7.
That's right.
If doctors are telling you that there's no way to cure a yeast infection in 7 days, they're wrong. There's Monostat 7.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, as a kid, I'm like 6 or 7 years old, I'm like, okay, I'm listening.
It's like, what, are chicks making bread? Like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
there's a
Like, you
yeast
know?
infection, like, this chick's pretty concerned about it with the white background and everything.
Yeah.
And so I learned that you can cure a yeast infection in 7 days. Now it's like, what, 3?
I have no idea.
I think there's a Monostat 3. That was kind of the point, was the evolution of the Monostat.
They got it 4 steps.
Yeah, you could kill 4 days in a yeast infection now that you couldn't do before.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize to anybody at home if I've offended you with the words yeast infection, but it's a real occurring thing. And
It is.
in adults, you should know that it happens more frequently. than
So
people.
Micheal Keaton is worth $15 million.
I heard his real name is Michael Douglas.
What? Pardon my French, but what?
Go on, click that quick quick, that wicked. I heard his name was Michael Douglas, and he used the name Micheal Keaton as his way of showing his influence toward Buster Keaton.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Michael John Douglas.
How about it?
Heyo! Michael Douglas. He's so great. His name's Michael Douglas.
He's from Pennsylvania.
What part?
Coropolis.
I wonder where that's at.
I went to Kent State.
Isn't that where there was like that riot?
In Ohio.
Wasn't there a riot in Kent State? Like
That's what the song's about.
yeah.
Yeah. 4 Dead in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was with Courtney Cox for like 6 years.
What? I had no idea.
$89.95. I guess when you're Batman, you get the hot chicks, right?
Yeah, because he got Kim Basinger,
Kim Basinger.
and he got Michelle Pfeiffer.
What is it on Family Guy? Whenever Lois's dad Carter, he's like Kim Basinger. Yeah.
I like the one where she's like, I'm pretty sure it's Kim Basinger, where she's like an alien.
Kind of like
Mom.
Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett Hound.
Yeah, Angela Bassett Hound.
Right?
Who is Angela Bassett?
What is she like in How Stella Got a Groove Back?
That's her?
Maybe? I don't know.
She's been in some Tyler Perry movies too. For sure.
How Stella Got a Groove Back pretty much paved the way for every Tyler Perry movie.
Right? I don't know. I've never watched any Tyler Perry movies.
Dude, my parents are obsessed
Really?
with Medea movies, anything Tyler Perry. They love it.
Really?
Yeah, man. I've seen just about every movie. No joke.
Wow.
And some of them multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen a full Tyler Perry movie except for
We're sorry.
Oh, my
Your
bad.
call cannot be completed as dialed.
Sorry, I was trying to get a hold of my brother.
the best Tyler Perry movie I've seen, which is the only one, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Yeah, I know, it wasn't really that good of a movie, but they did bring Krang into
Secret of the Ooze.
No, that's the greatest movie ever.
Which one was the one with Vanilla Ice?
That's the one.
That's the one?
But the one Tyler Perry was in is the most recent.
Yeah.
He played Baxter Stockman.
Okay.
Wow.
Baxter.
I haven't seen this.
It's not bad.
Is it like TMNT?
It's the new one, yeah. It's
Yeah.
the second one they did, and to be honest, it was a pretty good movie. I mean, if
I
you're
saw the
into,
first
like,
remake.
fast pace. I mean, that wasn't that bad either, was it?
It was alright.
You cannot beat Henson's puppetry work in the
Right.
first 3 films, though. I mean, it's just too perfect.
The third one was way too dramatic for me, though.
It was lame, but it was like, who cares? It's the 3rd film. They're going back in time. They made some Don King jokes.
Don Henley jokes, and then I got pissed off and left.
Yeah, I mean,
Because no one talks shit about Don
No
Henley.
one talks. No one. Listen here, you two fuckers. I'm gonna tell you right now. No one talks shit about Don Henley.
boys, you summer motherfucker.
Dude, I love the Eagles so much. I'm not
Really?
gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually own all of their albums besides like what's the newest one?
Newest
Long
one?
Road Out of Eden.
How new is it? When did it come out?
2007.
So, Brian was still on it?
Yeah.
What a sad day.
Oh, dude, I was so upset whenever Glenn Fry died. Because I was like, I mean, chances are I wouldn't have ever saw the Eagles anyway, because like nosebleed seats are like $230 bucks. But I don't know. You know, I think it would have been awesome to see the Eagles back in the 70s, whenever, you know, they were still, you know, young and like really had balls, instead of like now where they're just standing up there in suits, you know, aching with arthritis.
Yeah.
You know, I bet.
Colin.
Yeah.
My
Man.
word.
You know, I bet if Joe Walsh, if he started drinking again, he would probably put on a hell of a show.
Probably.
Same thing with Metallica. If James Hetfield would start drinking again, they would be incredible live. Because I saw him last year, and like, I don't know, I'm a massive Metallica fan, don't get me wrong, but you know, I kind of went into it kind of like, you know, this is Metallica, like, they're gonna be hardcore and be like, yeah, you know, let's you know, kick some ass, like I want to see something, like let's see some pits open up and stuff. But it was like, are you guys having a good time? All right,
Who's gonna be home by 9?
yeah. All right, guys, here we go.
I watched a video the other day of the guy from Ghost doing Enter Sandman at some ceremony thing, and Metallica was there.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird. It was an interesting take on it. Figured I'd mention that.
Right on. I'm not really a big fan of Ghost.
I thought he was a bit nasally for the song.
Well, the thing is with Ghost, like, I don't know, maybe it is pop emeritus. Like, for me, I don't really know how to pinpoint the reason why I don't like him. But like, whenever I listen to him, I just can't. You know, like I have to turn it off. There's a lot of bands like that for me though. I'm just really picky. Like, I know what I like.
That's how I've always been about Van Halen.
Yeah, I'm a Van Hagar fan myself.
Really?
Yeah. But I do like Van Halen too. But I like Van Hagar for the songwriting. I think Sammy Hagar's a badass in every sense of the word. I mean, that guy, he's 71 years old, and this dude is unstoppable.
Wow.
Like, I mean, he's totally kicking ass. And what's David Lee Roth doing?
Probably pushing Chevys in Wisconsin.
Right? Being an EMT.
What is David Lee Roth doing?
I've no clue.
Did they not do that reunion tour in like 2010 or 2012?
It's like 2014.
What is David Lee Roth doing?
Oh,
these
so it's
days?
slightly
Yeah.
more recent than I even realized. Yeah. He's Roxo the Clown, man.
Rock Southern Clown.
I'll tell you.
I'm a rock and roll clown. I do a lot of cocaine.
I love cocaine.
I love cocaine. Crazy.
Is that show still happening?
No.
Metalocalypse happening? Now that the third season, they started doing the 30-minute episodes. Did they go back to 15-minute episodes in the next season?
No, I think after the third season it was done.
So that was it.
Yeah.
Those were pretty good
Oh
episodes.
yeah. I
that's
love
right.
Metalocalypse.
Did you ever watch Moral Oral?
Oh yeah.
That
That
last
show-
season got out there too.
Yeah.
It was like the same day from different perspectives.
Mhm.
They got real dark and like.
I'm a huge fan of Tim and Eric. I love anything Tim and Eric. Those guys are
Some of their
just
stuff
absolutely
was-
hilarious.
Some of their stuff was kind of... Nah.
Right, and that's fine though. They pull it off because it's like it's very like on the spot, but it also is so heavily edited that there's a lot of hand work on it, but it also is just sporadic.
If you look to your left, you'll see Collin Banks is playing a massive air drum.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's going pretty good.
Also, I did not notice your shirt until now. It's a very awesome Metallica t-shirt.
Yeah, thanks, man.
92, so you didn't even exist. Where did you get that t-shirt? Is that an internet reprint?
No, this is actually, I think I got this at Hot Topic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still a very, very nice t-shirt.
Yeah. I mean, it's by Metallica, like, it's their brand.
Yeah, it's a legit Metallica shirt.
Yeah.
It's interesting how they would... It almost seems like they could have pushed it with everything except for that. Because does it have tour dates on the back?
No.
Yeah, so it doesn't even have that.
It'd be cool if it did, though.
It's interesting to me to see how they do certain printings of shirts and things like that because it's. I like to.
That was the last song.
Was it?
That's it.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, we like to make memes,
I like making them.
and so PNGs are our life. So you know, you're positioning these.
I always make my own.
You make your own PNGs.
My own stickers. Like for
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever just take them though? Any that are made?
Not usually, because I always forget about them.
You forget about them.
I'm set in my ways. I just make my own.
Now, if somebody's already made me a PNG, I just take it. You know, if you got a PNG of a hand holding a beer, and you got a nice checkered background behind it, yeah, you did it for me. I'll take that, and then I'll put it on a cool background, like this awesome T-shirt here. But if I was to edit that, and without the dates on the back, I would have edited out the Concert 92 and just kept it exactly what it is because it is an awesome T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the editing flaw,
I was actually thinking that when he walked into Studio B this evening. Like, that's a pretty cool Metallica shirt.
Yeah, and it's like, it's tie-dye, but it's almost like you forget that it's tie-dye because of how much is going on with the skulls.
Dude, it's like so gay, it's cool.
I think you should cut the sleeves off.
Right?
Yeah.
Tassels,
Dude.
tassels, bro.
I have some Metallica shirts with the sleeves off of them.
Really?
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Hell yeah, I believe it.
Dude's a beast on the drums.
Come on.
You gotta have some room for your arms to breathe.
You just scream sleeveless Metallica shirt.
Yeah.
And what I like about you is you're not like extremely cut up or anything. It's like you're not bragging about it like that.
Yeah, like, I got so many Metallica shirts, dude.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I do have a lot of Metallica shirts, but I mean, it's whatever.
You don't
I mean,
even know.
yeah, I mean, if you guys only knew like how many just band T-shirts I have, like,
I used to have a
it's
whole
ridiculous.
bunch. Then I got fat.
No, I've seen some pictures of you when you were younger, dude. You know, pretty skinny. Your head was always been big. You know, you had a skinnier neck.
Yeah, I never decided if that was a blessing or a curse.
What you trying to say, Josh?
I'm just saying.
What you trying to say?
Hey, I'm more of a big head. Look, hey, put on my hat. I bet it fits your
You're
head.
not putting on your head.
I'm saying, I bet it fits your head.
bro.
But I'm just saying.
You're probably sweating in that thing.
Yeah.
Ain't been no sweating for me, man. I've been in this opium den. Which I say that lightly because there's been no opium in this den. Just
that'd be bad and good.
nah, not good for me.
There was some okra yesterday.
There's some okra,
Some fried okra.
but yeah, but that was it. That's all we got going on in here.
Fried okra with fried chicken.
Fried okra. With watching Oprah eats fried chicken.
Oh, why do we say those things?
Because that's what I was doing. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, so I stopped at Churches. They got the fried okra right there on Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Ave.
Yep, right there. That's a pretty good one. They treat you right there.
Yeah, and they got, I mean, if you got fried okra and you got fried chicken livers, dude, you got my vote.
Yeah, dude. There's the best fried chicken I've ever had. It's in a place. It's a little town called Enochsburg, right outside of Greensburg. Like if you're on Interstate 74, heading to like say Ohio, like Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get on in Greensburg and you go up to the next exit, there's a pilot up there, and you get off. You'll turn left. You go down to the bottom of this hill, and then you turn right, and you follow all the way back, and then it's like around this Christmas tree farm, and there are literally Christmas trees everywhere.
Whoa.
And there's just hills, and you just see Christmas trees.
Huh.
And then, so it's like this little house, and it's been there since like the 70s or something like that, like 60s, 70s. They've added on to it, and they have air conditioning stuff in there now. But man, it is just the best fried chicken. Everything there is homemade, like all the sides, everything. And I think you can only order by the chicken.
Oh, you gotta get a whole bird?
Yeah, you get a whole bird, or you can get a half bird, obviously. But like, still by the bird.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
It is beautiful. It's good enough. I could eat a whole chicken. I could eat an entire chicken.
it's so good. It is so good.
Depending on how it's prepared, like if it's too much grease.
True.
DTV
Right.
road trip. I'll live really, really close to it once I move next week.
I'm totally down for it. We need to get our stuff more compact.
True.
I guess we could just start using a microphone and a recorder.
There's actually something, if you have an iPhone, you can plug, or any sort of phone, you can plug in this mic and record.
I was looking into that. That'd be pretty cool. Because I like to be more like investigative reporting. And actually, that's cool that we're talking about that because recently there was something on NPR, I believe, talking about regional reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gone because a lot of newspapers are dying because of the internet.
Yeah.
But just because the internet is seizing it up doesn't mean that they don't need somebody to cover that area. So there's going to be a new resurgence of reporters that are going to need to plug into the internet, and people are going to start getting more regional and local news off of these internet services that are giving them more direct news sources. But they will eventually phase out newspapers. It's just kind of an inevitability.
Huh.
So I've always wanted to be a reporter.
I could report.
Yeah, all we
Yeah.
gotta, just go collect data, and bring it back, and then edit it out and show more pictures of Spider-Man.
Right. That's the most important part. You see, folks, you can have all the degrees you want. You can have all the experience that you can want.
You can have 98 degrees.
And, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You can have a right angle,
Yeah.
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Obtuse, parallelogram, parallel pipoid and shit.
Acute, obtuse. right?
Equilateral.
These are all things you can be. Go on.
Right, yeah, so hypotenuse.
Pythagorean.
What the hell was I even talking
Zeus.
about? Dr. Zeus?
Yeah. Oh, you know the guy that wrote this
Oh,
book,
you gotta
Dr.
show more
Seuss.
pictures of Spider-Man people.
There we go. That's where it comes full circle. If you got more pictures of Spider-Man,
Whoever has the most pictures of Spider-Man wins. You know this, right?
I've been starting to. It's
This
like
started like last week, so be collecting all your pictures of Spider-Man. You know, the rapture is coming.
take your pictures of Spider-Man and tag them Dudes, Tunes, Brews.
And
That's right.
only the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, only. What the original '90s? No, there was a show.
The animated series?
There was a animated series in the '70s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that the Ramones
Oh,
did the
The
theme
one all
song.
the memes are from.
Yeah.
Spider-Man does whatever Spider can.
That's pretty cool.
You ever heard the Ramones version?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Look out. He's a Spider-Man. Yeah.
See, I love when people do that. Like, take songs that like you think no one ever or should cover, and they do it, and it's like that's cool.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I've always wanted to do like video game music live or something.
Did you watch Scott Pilgrim yet?
No.
Dude.
You've
have
never
you
seen Scott Pilgrim? Really? That's a good movie.
Sorry,
did.
guys. I work.
No. That's fine. Now you
I work
should-
too.
You should watch it now. Like, you're in a good place with it. I don't think you would have appreciated it 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Okay.
I think where you're at now with your, like, exactly what you just said sparked me saying it. The learning the music from. There's a scene where Scott Pilgrim learns the bass line from Final Fantasy II.
That's cool.
And he's like,
He plays a Rickenbacker.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I remember the movie poster where he's like doing the rock squat with the Rickenbacker.
It's one of those perfect films, dude, because it's like visually great, it's so fluid, and they took a risk with it. They lost a lot of money on that movie, but they had a lot of people that were getting paid very well, and they're like, screw it. If it doesn't do well, it's totally going to be a cult film because it's too good to not appreciate.
Mhm.
And it's really neat, huh?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, have we finished our beers numbers 2s, everybody?
Sweetwater
I got a little bit left. But I'll take it.
I just finished mine.
brew system here.
That's what I was saying.
Out of 5, where you going?
From 1 to 5 brews, I would give that a solid. I'd give it 4 1/4. I'll give it 4 1/4 brews.
Explain.
It's a good hearty beer. It's kind of like it's one I just love to drink at my own house, and just pound them.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Just stare at the backyard and just pound them.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. It's a poundable
Push
ale.
my kid on the swing and just pound these sons of bitches. I don't know, man. I mean, they're pretty good. That'd be a good Saturday night beer right there. Sit around a fire, have you a 6-pack of these on ice, or just sit next to you warming. Like the second one was kind of warm, not totally warm, but slightly warm. And it was actually, I thought it added to it.
Really?
Just slightly chilled.
Opened up the
Yeah.
flavor a little more.
Yeah. Mellowed it out. Instead of being all cold and crisp, it was like a little bit more mellow.
I think that probably comes down to the body of it too, because like you said, it's got a good medium body to
Yeah.
it. So if it was able to open up, you get more of the flavors of it. What about you, Colin? What would you rate this beer that you brought, and why did you bring this beer tonight? Was that already answered?
I don't remember.
know.
That was an hour ago.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just thought it, like I said, my roommate, he's been getting some Sweetwater beers, and I was like, I'll try it. I'll give it a shot, and this one just looked appealing, just because I like IPAs with like a lot of flavor, and I always say the bitter the better.
Right?
Right.
I'm gonna
That's what I'm
pound
talking
it.
about.
I've never heard you say that, but I will pound it to
Yeah.
that.
So the saying is the bitter the better.
The hoppier the better, I always say.
Oh,
You like
yeah.
those hops? I was actually looking at a thing recently. I was talking about. It was a lot of porters and stouts that were like almost 10%.
Well,
Nah.
I couldn't
They're,
believe it.
they're just too dark,
I couldn't believe seeing
the
that
hoppy
alcohol.
ones are kind of like their own thing, kind of like hot sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the darker beers is kind of like it has kind of a coffee flavor.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I love coffee. Like I love black coffee. I could drink black coffee any day of the week. But I don't know. I just those kind of beers, just the flavor just kind of stays with you. Like
Yeah.
I can drink a Guinness, but like
Guinness is
and there's some like what am I trying to porters that I will drink, but I don't know, stouts, it's very, very, very rare that I'll ever have a stout.
Guinness is a very particular one though because it's creamy. It's like a creamy stout.
I really enjoy Guinness.
It's
Yeah,
not
Guinness,
like any
Guinness
other,
is good.
Yeah, it's very, but I love it with the black and tan.
Try
yeah.
it mixed with a
Guinness.
Heineken.
Bass.
It's a Belgian brunette.
Oh.
Guinness with a Heineken. I had that down in Kentucky someplace.
I could go for that.
And it was pretty tasty.
Right on.
Black and tan, that was fantastic. It's classic.
It's classic, dude, and it just you get the best of both worlds.
That's right.
Yingling has a black and tan.
Theirs isn't bad.
That
Yeah.
one will get you drunk if you're.
And it's only like 4.4%, which
I know.
Really?
I don't understand
That's
the
not that
math.
much.
No, and I drank
I
three
drink
of
like
those.
this.
But I
Three of them.
think Bud Light has a bigger alcohol percentage than that. I
What?
think Busch Light is like 5%, and that's a light beer.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about that Yuengling Black and Tan. I don't know the math on it. I don't get it. I think it's some sort of weird black magic. But you drink three of those and you're pretty lit. Like, it's just like 4.4 or 4.5%. Like something very low. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. And I remember I was drinking one on vacation. I was drinking, like, I got a little sixer on vacation. And I'm like, man, I'm feeling pretty good. What are these? And I looked at it and it said 4 point some odd percent.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like I'm drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I feel like a lightweight. Yeah, like it literally made me feel like a lightweight. But
Huh.
it was good, man. The black and tans are great.
That's true.
You know Sprecker's root beer?
Yeah.
They have a black and tan that they sell in Wisconsin that I got up there because they make beer as well. And it was kind of one of my first official black and tans was Sprecker's.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good time. Well, I will say that I like this. I'm not an ale guy. I'm not an ale guy. I mean, I'm
That's
not
pale
an
ale.
I'm not an IPA guy particularly. Is what I mean. I love ales. I love beer. I'll sit and drink an IPA with the best of them, but the bitter unit and the hoppy stuff, the hops sometimes they're like
Gets you?
it's just a little much.
Yeah.
But I appreciate them. I understand what they are. It's kind of like you made the best comparison. It's like hot sauce. I love hot sauce, but I'm not that guy. I'm not the like, hey,
Right.
let's go get some hot sauce. You know, I'm like, ooh, I'll take a little hot sauce. Yeah, tastes good. You know, like I like the flavor of hot sauce. I'm not looking for the oomph.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this beer definitely does have a pretty big bite on it.
Yeah.
So,
But it's
if
not
you're
real
not-
bitter. Like I would put this like a really low bitter unit.
oh yeah. But I mean, whatever you're drinking, it's just got kind of this like it kind of grabs you by the tongue.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
got
what I mean?
flavor. That's
Yeah.
what I like about this beer. I'm gonna put it high into the 4 3/4 category because I think I like I'm all about the. I don't even know if you call it texture, but when I call it body and texture kind of in the same vein.
I feel you.
I like
The viscosity of it.
Yeah, exactly. I like the viscosity of this brew, and it sticks with you. The flavor is right there. It's good. It's really good. I would buy these no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I would actually,
Right on.
without a doubt. So
I think this was a $9 six pack.
$9 6-pack.
Yep.
There you go. And that's not even crazy. That's a pretty
it's
good.
not bad. And Sweetwater has a bunch of different beers, so I mean it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
I mean this was really good right off the bat, so I'm pretty interested in it.
And what gets me as well is it's extra. pale
Yeah,
ale.
and they just have a regular one too.
Does that mean typically that will be hoppier?
Yeah.
The extra portion of it? Like
Yeah,
drawn
yeah.
out even more?
Yeah, that's what it said. With a fat stash of Cascade hops.
There we go. So even with that, it's not too bitter for me, who's less than.
Oh man!
Depends on who the alpha is. These
Okay.
delicious hot spicy peanuts go well with it.
Dude, yes, they brought their. I told you they made their return from last week. I brought the hot and spicy peanuts this week
I love them.
because they were in my bag from last week.
Perfect. I brought out the Doritos, but I put them in a special bowl. I actually put down here.
It's not that special. It's just a clear Tupperware.
This Tupperware came from a man with a hat.
I don't believe you. Anyway, so Colin,
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what you would rate that beer, but instead I want to ask you how much do you love David Lee Roth?
How much do I love David Lee Roth? I don't know, man.
I'm just kidding, bros. What do you think about the beer?
It's pretty damn good. You know, I like it quite a bit. I'll give it I'll give it a 4.5.
4.5.
That's pretty steady for
What
me.
did you give it?
I get 4 3/4.
Really?
It being what it is.
I wasn't paying
and-
attention earlier, I guess, or I missed it.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot.
You've been very generous and bold with your ratings.
I stay with the 4s. I just like getting drunk. So that's what but no, in reality, they've had a lot of good beers. I mean, what's one that we haven't had a good beer of thus far?
It's a good question. I don't think there has been.
They've
Oh,
all been good.
Hams. Hams was fucking awesome.
Oh man,
Well, yeah.
Hams is always
Because
nasty.
there's no
man.
flavor to it. though.
$10 for a 30-pack? Are you kidding me?
Well, I saw an ad the other day on Facebook for some bar who was like, $2.50 Hams, and I was like, fuck you.
Dude, you can get dollar PBRs at a couple bars in Columbus.
Dude, hell yeah. I'm okay with PBR.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my first experience with any type of IPA was the Sierra Nevada,
The pale ale, just a regular
Pale
pale
ale.
ale. Yeah,
and it was
that's really good.
just that was the first time I was like, "Ooh, what's that flavor? What is that? That's not like a Bud Light."
Yeah.
I don't remember my first IPA. I remember I started drinking Heineken's, and I liked that, like, I call it skunky flavor.
It's very skunky but sweet. It's
I like that, and some
Kind of like Rolling Rock.
No, Rolling Rock is the opposite.
no. They're in the same vein though with that like overhang of flavor. Rolling Rock,
Rolling Rock's
Heineken,
very light flavored.
Grolsch.
Grolsch, I guess I'd put with like a Rolling Rock.
Even I'm even gonna put Stella in that place.
I would put Stella more with Heineken. I put Rolling Rock and Grolsch together.
But it's like they're in the same family. Maybe they're like second
It's like
cousins.
these are like the bittersweet, and these are just like, you know, just whatever.
Like Heineken's skunky.
I know.
Heineken is skunky, but it's like dirty cheese.
But Rolling
You
Rock,
love it.
Rolling
Oh,
Rock,
yeah.
but Rolling Rock isn't. Rolling Rock is just
Rolling
like,
Rock is like totally
light beer.
smooth, dude. But Rolling Rock is like, it's kind of a perfect beer.
Dude, Rolling Rock is one of those beers you can just pick it up and just drink it in one drink.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect beer because.
But a
it's not-
Heineken is not. That's the point I'm
Yeah,
making.
Heineken's
Dude,
all
I
malt
can probably
licorice.
drink. I can drink a Heineken in one drink. I bet.
Ooh, but I used to get the pony
probably.
kegs. I used to get the Heineken pony kegs.
Oh yeah, I used to get those too.
Oh, that was cool. Dude. It's got a good head to it. It's good. It's good and creamy. It's just got so much body to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like comparing it to Rolling Rock, which is just so light and crisp and easy, but it's not overly carbonated either. So you can chug down them. Actually, I was on a canoe trip a couple weeks ago and we were doing Rolling Rocks. And that was
Rolling Rocks is great, like summertime beer.
exactly.
The old Kroger's used to have a couple of summers ago. They would have the 24-ounce cans for $1.
I've never Rolling Rock in a can.
No kidding.
Dude, like, there was like 2 or 3 summers in a row where Kroger would have Bud Light, Coors Light, Rolling Rock, and something else, like 24-ounce cans for $1. Dude, I bought the shit out of those that summer.
It's probably like Michelob. I can see Michelob.
Probably it was something else cheap. I forget which one.
Yeah, it's
They
probably
did-
Michelob.
They really pushed that. What's the Shock Top?
Oh, Shock Top. Yeah, that's.
Shock Top's pretty
No,
okay.
I'm not a big Shock Top guy. They have this one beer. It's called it's a pretzel. It's like a pretzel lager.
That sounds terrible.
Ugh. I got it one time and it was disgusting.
I saw the
Disgusting.
label. I was like, hey, you're messing with God's work.
It's like salty beer is what it tastes like. It's like, ugh. I'm not about that
I'm
life.
putting salt in my beer to kill the foam. And that's it ever.
I don't know, whatever. I mean, I'll just drink a beer. You give me a beer, I'll drink it.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said.
pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
it? What is it? The wise man John Popper once said, "No matter what the waitress brings, I shall drink it and always be full."
Oh, I love that.
Blues Traveler.
Was that in Runaround?
Hmm. I like coffee.
Drink
I
it
like
and-
tea.
Yeah, I like coffee and I like tea.
Yeah, that's a part.
Sure is.
Yeah. It's the part where it sounds like he's saying, oh man, it sounds like he says like a fishy farted. And I was thinking, every time I hear it, it's like, a fishy farted.
That was one of the first songs I ever learned like a chord progression for on the guitar.
Really?
It's the same thing over and
It's
over
4
again.
chords over. It's like A minor, F, C, E minor, or some dumb shit.
It's kind of like the blues, you know. You pretty much find your backbone and you just kind of.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just a 4-chord.
And that's cool.
Just throw some meaningful lyrics over the top of
Yeah.
it.
Or some lyrics that don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah.
Like in the hook.
Yeah, you know, because that's what the hook's about. It's
Right.
just like, you know, we're just going to put a bunch of bullshit in the song and we'll catch you with the chorus.
Yeah.
That's the hook.
Yep.
Yeah, grunge pretty much
Great
capitalized
song.
on that.
What is that album called? That album was 4, right? Blues Traveler 4. F-O-U-R?
Yeah,
The only
you're
4
right,
album
yeah.
I know is Foreigner.
No, actually, the other 4 album I know is Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, that's number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
which is pretty good.
The one with the big white star on it. I used to have that album. It's good.
They're another one of those bands that's underrated, overrated.
Right on. So, the album ended a while back, and I don't think any of us really paid too much attention. It was just there.
Well, I mean, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 5 just because I'm a massive Rush fan. And I have like a lyric from one of the songs on my body, so I'm pretty dedicated.
And I see Zoso on you. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's the Led Zeppelin 4
Zeppelin
logo.
4,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Wow. Man,
Yeah.
that's heavy.
Mhm.
I don't know, like, I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good album.
It was a
but-
good backing conversational album.
Yeah,
that,
nothing was really like punching me in the face. I don't
Yeah.
think they were really going for that.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't bad ambient music.
No.
That's all it was for me because we were conversating. But
We
was
played
pretty
it.
cool.
We got through it. It was good. I thought it was. Yeah. I thought-
Whenever you ever like get the chance to like really sit down and listen to the musicianship on it, it's pretty damn solid.
I believe.
Actually, the solo in Kid Gloves, I think it's the next to last song on there. It's actually Alex Lifeson's favorite solo, besides
Huh.
Limelight.
That's
I'm
cool.
like, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that.
That is a badass
Yeah.
solo.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that'll probably bring us to the end of this evening.
Don't want to rush it,
I don't want to rush it.
but we're glad that you could hang out with us tonight with our guest in a while. Like we've had like 3 episodes without a guest.
We have, and it's been very hard.
Yeah, it's reaching,
Yeah.
but not because we don't love this, because we do love this, and I'll do this forever because I love hanging out with my bros.
I'll do it for as long as
Yeah.
I feel like coming over here.
Hang out with the
That's right.
dudes. Yeah, Studio A. I mean, you love coming over here.
Yeah,
Come over here.
it's good
Yeah,
times.
Studio A is awesome.
Yeah, so I like Studio B. As well.
Studio B is pretty good. I like
Yeah.
Studio
Yeah.
B.
So
If I ever wind up at Studio B, we can I can bring a record.
there's a card
I
table.
got a
there.
ton.
That's true.
I got a ton.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
We have a card table there. We have a folding table there. We have chairs, dude. Studio B is fantastic.
You have a bar.
I have a bar.
Yeah.
We have a fridge.
That's
I
something.
don't want to brag
And a
about
couch.
That's something that you got that I don't is a bar. Though.
And a
That's
fireplace.
A big deal. I could just install one on the wall anywhere, right?
that. I guess so.
Just a hovering ledge.
Uh,
Yeah, this isn't a bar; it's a ledge, bro. Okay.
Oh man. Anyways, this has been Dudes.
Tunes.
And Brews.
Tunes.
Tunes
And bros.
and brews.
With tunes.
With dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drink some brews.
Drinking some brews.
With tunes.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes.
Listening to tunes.
And drink some brews.
And drinking some brews.